Hi everybody, welcome to Simply Scuba. In this video I'm going to be taking a closer look at the Atomic Aquatics SS1 Inflator. So this is basically if you put a octo, an alternate air source, in your inflator, and it's a great way of reducing the number of hoses and weight in your system if you're a traveling diver. Obviously I'd like to have one in front of me to actually show you guys sort of how it works and the size of it. Obviously, with everything that's going on, I can't be going backwards and forwards to the warehouse. But as soon as things do start to sort of loosen up, then yeah, I can. We'll start doing those proper product reviews again. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I'm going to go over the main sort of features of this inflator. So the main benefits of this is that, yeah, it has an alternate air source, an octo, kind of built into your BCD inflator. Now, Atomic Aquatics say that this should fit most BCDs out there on the market. You do need to sort of double check the bore of your hose, but this has a clever sort of feature in that how most inflators work is that they have this kind of round nozzle on them that goes into the corrugated hose of your BCD, and then you zip tie that on, and that's kind of it. To be able to get it off, you have to cut that zip tie. What Atomic Aquatics have done is they've put a separate section in that you can actually unscrew the main body of this inflator and leave that sort of fixture in position, so you can take it off your BCD to wash it or get it serviced or to fit to another BCD, so it's very easy to sort of quick change it. Now, big buttons on this, which make it different from other sort of inflators, so it's really easy to use. You have a pneumatic inflator, just like any other BCD inflator. You have the big purge button that you can always sort of use to orally inflate the BCD as well. You have a proper mouthpiece on it instead of just an oral inflation valve to blow into. This one actually has a mouthpiece on it because you can breathe through this, through your regulator, just like an octo. And then on the very tip of it, you actually have a purge valve like an octo. So this is really designed so that instead of having a traditional primary in your mouth and a separate like yellow octo on your hip, you do away with that octo and then you just have this as your alternate air source. So if your buddy gets into trouble, you give them the one that's in your mouth because you know it's working, you hand it to them, they're breathing, and then you have an alternate that you can switch to really quickly and easily. And it's all, you've got your BCD hose and your octo is all in one single hose. So your regulator is a lot lighter. You haven't got that sort of extra hose to go to your octo. It just sort of reduces the complications, the failure points, and the weight on the overall sort of system. So it's quite clever, and quite a few, especially traveling divers, if they're really trying to cut down on the grams and ounces, then yeah, you can switch to this style. It's quite low profile. Instead of having a round sort of purge button on the ends, they've kind of squidged it down so it's oval, so the inflator sticks quite close to your chest and doesn't it's not particularly bulky when you're actually wearing it. And to use it as an octo is probably going to have better performance than some other like standard regulators because it's Atomic Aquatics, so they've gone all out on this. This has titanium parts, it has a seat saving orifice as well, so lots of clever sort of detailing. It's actually going to breathe really nicely if you ever do need to use it, so yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. This is very much the top of the range. And there's nothing that can say that you don't have your primary, this, and an octo as well. If something terrible happens and you need to donate to 2 people at the same time, now 3 people can be breathing off a single cylinder all at the same time. So it's very clever, and yeah, as I said, it's a great way of saving some weight so you don't have that separate octo. But yeah, it's fantastic performance. It's Atomic Aquatics, so of course it's fantastic performance. A lot of the parts are sort of milled out of single piece of like 301/6 stainless steel or titanium. They tend to use a lot of titanium in these kind of things, which is of course a lot lighter. It's corrosion resistant. There's no way it can rust, and it's just sort of strong. So definitely check out the Atomic Aquatics SS1 for your BC1, your BC2, or just any BCD, because in their blurb talking about it, they say it should fit virtually any BCD on the market. I always take that with a pinch of salt. I never like, oh, it'll fit everything, so do sort of double check it. But yeah, it definitely ticks all the boxes, and it is very, very fancy. But of course, it's coming from Atomic Aquatics. So yeah, check it out on the website, simplyscuba.com. There's going to be a link down in the description below. That's the Atomic Aquatics SS1. Thank you for watching, and of course, safe diving.